Welcome back, guys. In last week's episode, Godspeed and her crew set off from Key West to cross the newly renamed Gulf of America. After dealing with several days of very light winds, we motored along until we were forced to conserve fuel. As the passage wore on, the crew faced new challenges. Strong squalls and a leaking shaft seal that threatened to sink the boat. In today's finale, we push onward towards Galveston, hopeful that our temporary repairs will hold long enough for us to make it home. Overnight, a thick fog had settled in, choking visibility and stealing the little wind that we had left. With the temporary repairs holding, we reluctantly fired up the engine and began motoring the final 100 nautical miles to Galveston, hopeful that we'd saved enough fuel to get us there. The night passed slowly, with the crew keeping eyes out for oil rigs and container ships. With only about 100 yards visibility in all directions and no radar, we relied on AIS to avoid the growing traffic of oil tankers and cargo ships as we neared the Texas coast. At 8 a.m., James and I joined Taylor and Sean on deck for our watch. The fog was still heavy, and we continued navigating by AIS, carefully adjusting our course to steer clear of tankers anchored near the channel entrance. Rolling into Galveston, visibility of a couple hundred yards, going through the channel, no big deal. By noon, we entered the Galveston Bay entrance channel. Taylor took the helm and the crew prepared Godspeed for her final approach. Luckily, the channel was clear and we soon rounded the northwest tip of the island, closing in on our destination, the Galveston Yacht Basin. As the marina came into view, it hit us. Our journey was coming to an end. After 19 days and nearly 2,000 miles sailed, our crew of veterans had delivered Godspeed home. Along the way, we had faced many challenges. Towering seas around Cape Hatteras, gale force winds and blizzard conditions off the coast of South Carolina, punishing squalls while crossing the Gulf. But challenge after challenge, our team pulled together and overcame them all. For me, this passage was more than a delivery. It was a mission of hope, healing, and endurance. As we tied off the lines, the crew stepped onto the dock to be greeted by friends and family that came to welcome us home from our long journey. After many hugs, high fives, and a short reunion, we made our way to a nearby restaurant to celebrate and reminisce about our time aboard Godspeed.
So really, as far as the offshore trip, I really learned there's a big difference between sailing in the bay and sailing offshore.
Yeah.
And definitely sailing off Cape Hatteras and sailing against the Gulf Stream. That was definitely a new experience for me.
Yeah.
You know, I've been offshore a couple of times, but that was a new experience. One I'm glad I did. Definitely want to do it again. Not anytime soon, but eventually.
Yeah.
But no, I really enjoyed it. I'm glad I did it. I wish I could have been on it longer, but I think it worked out just what it was supposed to.
All right. Okay. Hey, I'm Sean, Rapidu, Michigan. I had a couple of quick interviews with David. Not sure what you've seen, but it's an amazing experience, and I can't thank the board and the organization enough for including me in this. I'm just an old vet. I was the old guy on board, 52. I think I had everybody by 10 years.
Yeah.
Anyway, Taylor needed an extra body, and I was just dumb enough to take him up on it, but glad I did. I like to believe that I followed orders and didn't get in anybody's way too much, and we managed to get 3 watches on our last deal. But just kind of an overview, I think, what David was after, what I think it brings veterans we don't get to communicate with. We can't talk about things outside of our community, and it really is a 1 percentile kind of community, and it's really good. There's a lot of health involved in just shared misery that you had together, experiences that you don't talk about that you talk about with those fellow vets. And boy, this is a hell of a way to open that dialect up and that dialogue up and do that. And that was really great for me. And even connecting with guys like Taylor and John and Dave, you name it, everybody's a veteran. You know, I talked search and rescue stuff with Taylor and John, and just brought me back and things that they had experienced that I had experienced, and a lot of similarities, even though we're 20 years apart. But a lot of healing. It was amazing, and just the general experience of sailing for a guy that grew up in the Great Lakes but never really sailed. That was mind-blowing what we went through, and amazing. And organization has been so good. Just everything logistically. Samantha, I can't believe how organized that woman is, and Taylor, the confidence he has as a captain. It was great. So, and thank you all for this. And I can't wait to spread the word and be an advocate for the organization. I hope it grows. But it was an amazing experience, and I was glad to share it with a bunch of awesome vets. So thank you all.
Yeah, we kind of talked about this in the little round table on Christmas. Every time I work with skeleton crew, what I get out of it is helping you guys.
Yeah.
Like Steven, your face, David, Sean's face light up.
Yep.
Made that connection that I had, especially down in Patagonia. I like to see that over and over.
Yeah.
That can only happen when you put yourself through the suck. Most day trips aren't going to do that.
Yeah.
Very rarely.
Yeah.
So you almost always have to be a week out at sea and see a couple storms.
Yeah.
You don't have to go through a freeze like we did. Yeah.
Whenever you're ready.
So I would say my experience overall has been one I felt like I got a life reset.
Yeah.
We were told at the beginning by Chris that Godspeed would change us.
Yeah.
And he was definitely right. I really truly feel like I got a reset. I really can't explain it. It's just a feeling I have that so many things just kind of reset the clock, and it's almost kind of like a rebirth coming back home, and life picks up right where it left off, but starting fresh as well.
Yeah.
And I like that feeling. It's amazing.
Yeah.
What it means for me to be a part of Skeleton Crew is similar to being in the military. We're all veterans, and it's that camaraderie. We already have the commonality that we're all prior military. It doesn't matter the branch, the job, or whatever. We share that bond right off the bat. And then you add in the fact that we all love sailing, and it just creates this catalyst to create lifelong friendships that I think as veterans we really, really need, because when we're in dark places, we isolate. And that is the worst thing that we can do for ourselves, is to isolate.
Yeah.
And when we've got a good support group like we do here, that's truly priceless. And you just can't find that anywhere. And it's especially true in our world, because not a lot of people, except veterans or people that have been close to other veterans, can truly understand the struggles that we've been through, what it's like for us to be in those dark places, talking to buddies at 2-3 o'clock in the morning, maybe talking them off just proverbial ledge or something like that. So it means the world to me. I love the fact that I get to volunteer for Skeleton Crew on the inshore team as a deckhand. I'm certainly looking forward to doing more, to give more within the organization, because I think we have a great calling. And I know for me personally, my goal is if I can help one person, that is an amazing thing. But I don't want to just help one person. I want to help as many people as I can and give back everything that has been given to me. And I think that's just what we do. When one of us is down, and like yesterday, my back was killing me pumping that bilge pump. We swapped out. You got going, your back started killing you. We swapped out, and and it's a long-winded way of saying when somebody is struggling in our world and we lift up a hand, we know there's always one of us there that sticks that hand down and helps pull the other one up. And we know that if the shoe's on the other foot, it's the same thing. I lift my hand up and I know somebody's going to be there to help pick me up like you did when I was coming out of the water after my goofy dive.
For me, this was a very special experience. I have been sailing for about 3.5 years, and ever since I got on the water, I knew I wanted to be offshore. But it's difficult to find opportunities to do something like this, whether that be time away from work, the overall cost of doing something like this. If you're doing it commercially, you're gonna have to pay $7,000 to $10,000 to go do a leg on a ocean crossing or something like that to get the kind of experience that I got on this trip. I learned so much on this trip. There's so many lessons to be learned from just doing a hard passage like this. Things that teach you about perseverance and endurance, teamwork, trusting in the people around you. It's fantastic to be able to do this with another group of veterans who have been through other stressful things like this, because you know that when times get tough, that they're going to hang out, they're going to still be there, and they'll still have your back, which is one of my favorite things about this whole endeavor with Skeleton Crew, it being veteran based. Being out on the water, going through these tough times and tough situations in the water, it makes it easier to relate to the guys around you and share things that you might be struggling with, that you're not going to get to that level doing just a day sail or an afternoon sail with somebody. You need to go spend a week on the water and be tested a little bit, because it's those tests and those trials that bond you together. The guys on this trip, they're my brothers for life, man. Like, I will stay in contact with all these guys. I will remember this trip for the rest of my life. I want to say thank you to Skeleton Crew, to Taylor and Samantha specifically for inviting me on here. Samantha, you're a rock star. Taylor is, he's very humble. He doesn't come off as like you're ignorant. I've been around the world or sailed all over the world. He's got over 100,000 miles probably on his belt, but he's confident. And when shit hits the fan, he stays calm and he guides you through it. So I learned a lot through him and John both. Again, I'm grateful for the whole experience, and if I can help SCA grow in the future, get other guys into this program, it was so beneficial for me. I know that other people would benefit from the offshore program, and I want to see it grow. So I'm going to help it as much as I can to help it grow and continue the mission. So again, just thankful, appreciate you guys. Thanks. Hey guys, it's David here. I just wanted to take a second to thank everybody who took time to watch this video series. It means a lot to us. You can look forward to in the next couple weeks, we will be releasing more information about the future plans of Godspeed and Skeleton Crew and what our offshore mission is going to look like in the future and the fundraising efforts that will be around that. So look out for that video. Again, thanks everybody for checking out the channel and the documentary, and we appreciate it. Until next time.